Can I look in your fridge? Oh, wow.
We can inject you with those.
Huh? So that's when I'm gonna die. Do you like yourself? Okay, this just popped up on my feed. Here's more.
You're the most measured man in the world, right?
Bryan Johnson.
Bryan Johnson.
Bryan Johnson.
Bryan Johnson
is determined to live forever or die trying.
He's managed to reverse his biological age already
to an 18-year-old.
This guy freaks me out, man.
This is what I take on a daily basis.
That seems tedious.
He's a weird guy.
After flipping Venmo for a cool $800 million,
he's spending $2 million a year on a team of 30 doctors.
So I've tried to reduce what I do into very simple things that are affordable for everybody.
Those would not include injecting yourself with your son's blood, right?
You're a vampire, bro.
This guy's outrageous.
Why does one want to stop the aging process?
I, in my mind, assume I'm going to live forever. Death is a terrible thing. It would be wonderful if we could bring an end to it.
As intriguing as not dying may seem, it was when I found this that I was really hooked.
10 years ago, I was so depressed. I really did want to end my life. Like, my brain is now squawking, life is not worth living. You should probably end your life.
So 10 years ago, when Bryan was 36, he was suicidal. And then fast forward, cut to today. He's the only man in the world, really, that is pouring millions of dollars into it and really, really trying to live forever. So what happened in the middle? How do you go from the one side of fixating about death and suicide to then wanting to live for eternity? On a whim, I thought to myself, why don't I just hit him up and go straight to the source? Message is sent, now we wait. Okay, it's been 24 hours, still no reply. Day 2, waiting for Bryan Johnson. Look, he's been posting on his story and he hasn't replied to me, so... It's day 3 and there's still no reply from Bryan. This proved to be much tougher than I thought. Come on, Bryan. Okay, this is one of those moments where it's like, you should not give up hope, okay? Look here. Look, that's Bryan Johnson. Haven't read it yet. Let's read it together. It says... Oh shit, his number's there. It's on. Fuck, now I'm gonna have to go to LA. LA's expensive. As you can see, I'm obviously traveling. I'm on my way to Los Angeles, and that's all thanks to Whoop. What is Whoop? It's this awesome wristband, this black wristband, that have sponsored this video and made it possible for me to do this. Whoop is awesome. It does all kinds of things like track your sleep and your stress, but more on that later. Off to LA. I'm on my way to Bryan's house right now, so I'm just gonna rock up there. Have absolutely no idea what to expect. To be honest, I'm pretty nervous. Literally, as I pulled up to Bryan's house, like on the minute, he messaged me and he said, "The door is open, shut it right behind you, make yourself at home. I'll be down in an hour." I guess it gives me some time to take a tour of my own. He just trusts me to walk around his house. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. How does Bryan Johnson live? I think this is where the clinic is, up here. I don't know, like, if I'm allowed to be in any of these rooms, but yeah, cruising around. There are so many red buttons in here. Imagine I pressed that. Just hear like a scream coming from downstairs. I'm sorry, Bryan, when you're watching this.
Hey!
Ah, shit. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm lotion on my hands, I'm sorry.
Feels nice. Is it gonna de-age my hand?
Yeah, it might make it nice and soft. What do you think? What is it like walking into this place?
You know what, when I arrived, everything is like so in order. Like, I'm so chaos, and this is so perfectly structured. Can I look in your fridge?
Let's do it.
Oh wow, it looks like health.
These are exosomes. These are peptides.
When do I get to eat that?
We can inject you with those.
What? No, the food.
Oh, whenever you're ready.
What do you think about macadamia nuts?
We love mac nuts. They're the best nuts.
That's right. The man who will live forever just said that macadamia nuts are the healthiest nut on the planet. And talking about macadamias, my new super tasty caffeinated infused chocolate caramel mocha brew bar contains 45% macadamias, meaning that if you eat this, you will live for longer.
That is legitimate.
Yeah, I told you. So buy brew bar. Link below. Is there a way of measuring that?
Yes.
We can.
Sure.
Can we go upstairs and measure something?
Yeah. You can walk up the stairs 1 step at a time.
Yeah.
Or 2 steps.
Okay.
Or 3 steps.
I've cheated.
But you caught yourself.
What do I do now? I'm stuck.
So that measures, flexibility, leg strength, but it's a meaningful indicator of if you're old, you can't walk up the stairs 3 steps at a time. Welcome to the clinic.
So I pressed this button and
Yeah.
I feel really bad. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. One test we can do. This tests for junk that builds up in the skin.
Okay, before you look at the number, what is like a good number and what is a bad number?
Okay, so what is your diet like?
Not that great.
So you want to be at or below this bolded black line.
Okay.
And you'll be, okay, 1.5, good. So
What is that? What is that?
good job.
I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Good job.
Hey, bro, how's it going?
Good. Salvage.
Dan,
Nice to meet you.
is this like the same as contractions?
That's right.
Can we turn it that high?
Yeah, you want to try it?
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might help to hold this.
Can I hold this?
Actually, that's the button to start it right there.
No, okay. Oh, that's fine. It was the... You crank it up. I'm feeling it, but I could go up.
I'm surprised. I would expect you to be in much more pain. 30 minutes a day for a couple weeks, you make good progress. Do you feel anything different?
Yo, I got an 8-pack. This is gonna tell me when I'm gonna die. How long does it take?
Yeah, 10-15 minutes.
Okay, so later on in this video, this true diagnostic is gonna tell me when I'm gonna die, and then I'll text you.
Yes,
and let
please.
you know. Okay. All right. Do we walk down with the 3 things?
Safety is the objective.
After I felt the ice was broken, it was time for me to sit down with him and dig a lot deeper. Perfect. Where's the best place to sit?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump straight in with this first question. Do you like yourself?
I love myself. I love myself so much, and that is coming from a place where I hated myself for most of my life.
How did you get from the one to the exact opposite?
Yeah. In this moment, you're in pain, I'm in pain, like we're all in pain over a variety of things in life. And that's just what it means to be human. And we don't need to pretend otherwise because it's just not true. I'm a person that does well when I'm outside of structures, but when I'm inside of structures and I feel the pressure bearing down on me, telling me what to do and how to do it, that leads to me crumbling as a person. I sold my company, got a divorce, left my religion, and it was in that moment where everything in life before that was about what I should do and what I couldn't do. And then at that moment, it became everything that I could do. And I think that's what switched it for me from a state of constant depression to just constant delight.
I think there's a saying, you never know who's walking around with a stone in their shoe.
Yeah.
You said something extremely profound that stuck with me, which was that accepting death leads to self-sabotage, correct?
Yes. Part of the movement I'm trying to create, the shift for the human race, is towards don't die. And so if you're trying to extend human life, you can say one of two things. You can say live long or live well or something in the positive direction that says we can do it. When you say that, most people will say, I'm doing it. It's a confirmation to existing beliefs. If you say don't die, it challenges everything they understand about existence. And so I've tried to go to the extreme on the other side to say, what does an existence look like where you're completely against death? What do you do? The observation now is that this is the first time in our history that we can say we may not die or may not die for a long time. Can we basically eliminate all of our self-imposed suffering?
Talking about suffering, I've always called my father my best friend. He was the only person that believed in me. I said to my dad, I'm not going to go to college, I'm going to start doing this video thing. He was like, I got you. I have the most incredible relationship with him. However, there's this melancholic feeling to the love that I share because the space between life and death is getting closer and closer. And I can't even for a second be able to fathom the idea of the loss of my father. What would your advice be to my relationship with my dad if you looked at your relationship with your dad, understanding of the inevitability of death?
I'm caught in between like two realities. One is that if you say that death is inevitable, then the time spent is a game of reconciliation. It's both sides getting to a point where they feel peace. You're basically trying to minimize the suffering that you all feel, and you're trying to increase the beauty that you experience. And my dad and I have been doing that. We've been working through a lifetime of problems just in the past few months. So we have been doing end-of-life reconciliation. And then there's another part of me which genuinely believes that we are on the cusp of breakthroughs for extending our lives. And I've been taking my dad around the world to do the best therapies. So I'm working as hard as I can to keep my dad alive.
That's a lot to take in. Like, yeah, you can either take the monk kind of approach and just let go, or you can try and hold on for as long as possible.
Yeah, and I guess I'm doing both at the same time.
It's a very interesting place to be.
It is.
But I truly thank you so much. Can we hug?
Yeah, let's hug.
Yeah,
hug it out. Hug it out.
It feels like a hug moment.
That's right.
It's time for me to make a change, and me coming here now is the beginning of that.
And report back to me.
I'm going to.
So when you're in those moments, I hope I'm on your shoulder, and I can say, you can do it, I'm with you.
I'm gonna animate you in this. You there and like the devil. Before I find out what age I'm gonna die by taking this test, I want to tell you more about Whoop, a 24/7 health and fitness wearable, just like many other wearables, but where they really shine is through detailed breakdowns of your sleep. Look here, this is my sleep last night, which is not very good, but it's very detailed. And things like stress and recovery and more to help provide you with insights on how to better your life. Whether you're looking to get more out of your effort in the gym, or get those extra hours of sleep, or take years off of your age like Bryan, even if you're not spending millions on your body, Whoop can help you learn the insides and outs and what impacts your recovery and sleep. You can track over 140 different habits, behaviors, and daily decisions to see how they impact your overall health. Through my link below, Whoop is offering a 30-day trial so you can try out all this data yourself. Like, they're actually giving away Whoops, like free Whoops. That's insane. I didn't know they were doing that until I was reading through the talking points over here. I don't even need to say anything more. Whoop, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't anyone want one of these? So go to join.whoop.com/mace and sign up now. It's a no-brainer. Okay, I got back from America. I'm back in Cape Town, and I wasn't gonna do this because I don't want to know when I'm gonna die, really. But this is a true diagnostic. I think you send in blood and stuff. I then had to send off these results to the lab where it would take 2 weeks to come back. I'm now in India, I just got my results, and it says that I'm aging at the pace of 0.8 times. So I guess it's like I'm dying 0.8 times slower than the average person, being the age of 74.8. I'm 34, so with some basic math, if I take 74.8 and I minus 34, that gives me 40.8. And then if I slow that aging down by 0.8, which means according to all of this, I'll die at around 83 years old. I didn't want to know this information when I was going to die before recording my take, my conclusion to my experience that I had with Bryan Johnson. So let's reverse 2 weeks and go back to my studio in Cape Town. One time I did speak to a tarot card holder, and she told me that I was going to live until I was 80, okay? And that's fine. So here's my take. Science in my opinion, needs people like Bryan Johnson. And what he's already done, what he's already pioneered, what he's doing with Blueprint, which by the way I find incredible, because you need people on the fringe. You need people that are doing what others are too afraid to do. Here's my question to you. After seeing the way in which Bryan lives his life, would you rather do that and live until 280? Or would you rather just carry on the way that you're carrying on and not really care so much, but you get told that you would only be able to live to 75? What would you choose?